I want to say, first of all, I am pleased to be here again in St. Lucie. It's always a pleasure. When I come to a meeting in St. Lucie, there's always a certain energy, and I already detect that here this evening. First, most of apologize for being late, but I guess Mrs. Comrade Wood did a very good job with the interim. And this meeting has a very important purpose. It is to convene for the nomination of a candidate to represent the Barbados Labour Party whenever the next election is called. And I say this evening, we expect any eventuality. But in our party, the process is outlined in our constitution, and it speaks of the nomination at the constituency branch level. Thereafter, it goes to the executive to be ratified. I know in the other political institution that the constituency is often ignored, but that does not obtain here in the Barbados Labour Party. And the process is fairly simple. I've been advised by the General Secretary, Comrade George Griffith, that thus far he's received one letter from one person indicating an interest in being nominated to represent the constituency of St. Lucie. And I'm going to ask for, the process will be that I will ask for a proposal on the seconder, and the person who is proposing the candidate will speak for 5 minutes on behalf of that candidate. The seconder will not speak. And then I will ask if there are any other proposals. Already having said that, we're going to receive one piece of correspondence. Again, the Constitution does not preclude persons from being nominated from the floor. Okay? Nominations are now open for the selection of a candidate to represent the constituency of St. Lucie for the Barbados Labour Party at the next election. Can I have a proposal for candidates? What's your name? Peggy Ann Jackman proposing Mr. Peter Phillips. Is there a seconder? Ingrid.
Good evening, all. Mr. Chairman, the honor has fallen on me to move this nomination. And it is so very. Knowing that I am speaking on behalf of many in this constituency who deserve better. I therefore speak on behalf of our elders who have paved the way for us by sheer blood, sweat and tears, and a faith in Almighty God, knowing that there's a better life for our people.
Yeah.
I speak on behalf of the able-bodied men and women who go to work day by day, leading productive lives and contributing to our economy and society. I also speak of our children, the ones we are nurturing to become leaders of tomorrow. So I raise my voice today on behalf of the boys and girls on the blocks, the unemployed, those who are in a state of hopelessness, those suffering from various ailments, and those who are generally in a position where they cannot help themselves. In full recognition that they too need representation. We are now in the second decade of the 21st century. And when I look around my beloved constituency, I feel ashamed. I am ashamed not only because we now have the worst roads in the country, but I am ashamed because we also have the worst representatives. Are left for rules on the minister with responsibility for rural development and housing. And I am especially ashamed to see that my once vibrant constituency has been reduced to a a little rock shop nestled between two summer homes and serving the interests of a little man. To whom much is given, much is expected. And frankly, the current representative was given too much. And after 19 years, we can't expect anything from him. He has had more than enough time to demonstrate his true worth. And he himself sums it up, his own performance, when he says he's on the job to learn the job. Clearly that job is too big for him. We in St. Lucie are hard enough. We are totally fed up at being made the birds of mere joke when our AP calls in a calling program. We are sick and tired of his jumping up in the House of Assembly, making meaningless points of orders, and in mockery what he was saying there. And we are very annoyed that he continues to play these silly games while our constituency is being neglected. Today, we are steadfast in our resolve that we will nominate and select the right man to get the job done for us. We say to our party, once you give us our man, we will give you the seat. There will be no loitering in this branch after this process has been completed. Each man and woman to the plug, we say, we will walk the length and breadth of this constituency, doing what we have to do to win the trust and support of our constituents. We will be steadfast and committed, and we will work hard. So this afternoon, I have come to nominate Peter Ricardo Phillips. Peter Phillips is one of us. He lives among us. He worships with us. He does things with us. He's there for us. He empathizes and sympathizes with us. Yes. He cares about us. Yes. Peter Phillips embodies the characteristics of a good representative. Yes. He has an outstanding track record of community service. The most noticeable being his involvement in the Parish Independence Committee and his Beauty Feeding Program. He has a clear vision for the constituency. He is resourceful and creative. He is a leader, and most importantly, he is articulate. He will make us right. I therefore unreservedly ask this branch and the White Party by extension to endorse my nomination of Peter Ricardo Phillips. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Jackman. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Can I have some more motion for the closure of nominations?
Chairman, I so moved.
Comrade Pearson Springer. I second it. Your name is? I haven't seen you in ages. I can't. I don't believe that you're still the president legally of Young His name is on the list, Mr. Lucy. Well, there being no other nominations, I hereby declare that Comrade Peter Phillips has been nominated by the constituency of
Good evening. From this very day, at this very hour, time, place, and moment, I, Peter Ricardo Phillips, duly offer myself as your servant, representative of your best interests. I commit myself by word, thought, and deed to do all that is humanly possible to meet you at your point of need, and to uplift this constituency out of the depths of despair and social neglect. St. Lucie must be a place where all our young people can dream dreams and have them fulfilled, where all able-bodied men and women can find gainful employment, where our seniors can relax all in a safe place and a peaceful environment. This pledge of proper representation and progress, of proactiveness, responsiveness, and progression is hereby confirmed by this very act today. Peace, love, good health, wealth, and prosperity to all, and may the good Lord bless each and every one of us. Good evening, comrades and friends. Good evening to the executive of the Barbados Labour Party, our General Secretary, our party chairman. Good evening to the media, whom I see here, Starcom Network, Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, we specifically welcome you. And of course, the Nation Publishing Company Limited. We recognize you here this evening and we welcome you. I welcome our friends from the Barbados Labour Party family who have journeyed from the ends, the different points in Barbados to be here this evening. But a special and a warm and a heartfelt and a deep welcome is reserved for my wonderful people here in the city. I want to thank the party for so acknowledging and fulfilling the request of this branch made some months ago to have the candidate for this constituency in place very early so that work can be done, what is necessary can be done to win this seat. Indeed, it might be a very historic moment here this evening, because I don't recall in my life in politics candidates being nominated within less than a year, just over 6 months after a general election. And this must not be taken lightly here this evening. It is important. It is important. We in St. Lucie are at the top of the map of Barbados. We are signaling to the rest of Barbados what we intend to do and how we intend to work and how the Barbados Labour Party will be returned to office with the first seat being declared whenever election is called as the seat of St. Lucie. Just a mere few months, and I heard Comrade Wood here this evening so eloquently, and I could listen to him all evening. He spoke with passion. The Barbados Labour Party has persons that you can tell when they speak the sincerity of their hearts, that they have this country at heart. It is not about us, but what we can do for our country. This evening is not about Peter Phillips, but what I intend to do, working with you for this constituency. That is very, very important. 6 months after an election, and Barbados finds itself in this position. Now, I just have but a short time to be here. But I have a lot to say in that short time. I am not in the business of cursing, swearing, and that kind of thing, your opponent. But I have to brush up the Member of Parliament for this constituency. I have to. Before I do that though, we have a government, and that the people of Barbados was warned as to what they should not do. But the good book tells me what the Lord does not hinder, he allows. And there is a time and a place for everything. Do not be fooled by anybody who is masquerading as a minister of finance, quoting scripture and making you believe that he understands what that says. He certainly does not. Somebody had to tell him that. But I certainly can say to you this evening, I understand fully what that means. There is a time and a place for everything. And God has so allowed at this point in time, as a matter of fact, on February 21st, 2013, God allowed the people of Barbados to again choose the Democratic Labour Party as the government. We, as candidates, and my party, and a lot of you, all of you here this evening, would have preferred different. But the Lord so allowed, because of the nastiness and the lies and all the very ridiculous things that were said that this party was going to do, it has now befallen them. And the people of Barbados will now judge them harshly for what they have done. And it will not be long. I quote the scripture, Psalm 35, fret not yourself because of their words. Fret not yourself. They have wreaked havoc in this country in the past 5 years that they were there. As a matter of fact, if you think it was havoc, you ain't seen nothing yet. A hurricane will hit this country on September the 30th. Hurricane Chris. And they have a leader who seemed not to know anything. Who seemed to have now discovered that Line Grove, which was built over 3 years ago, that Line Grove is now there. You have a Prime Minister who has added to the tourist arrivals in Barbados. They're up by 1. But when he, as Prime Minister, is walking about touring, the Barbados Labour Party and all of us are rubbing shoulders Labour Party because they do not understand what it takes to let them know that when you get there and you listen to the people, you understand what the people want, you understand what is combating the people, and therefore you know what and how to fix it. So no loose talk about cracking heads and shooting people with face this party. No loose talk about a man masquerading as the Minister of Education. And it reminded me, and I would like to be very charitable this evening, that action we saw on television last week reminded me very much of two of my next door neighbors, two female neighbors with the quad and have a little basa. That kind of operation. And this is someone who is charged with the responsibility of heading our education system and can behave like that. That is what we will face with. But you have a leader who cannot rein in his troops. I am glad to say to you this evening, comrades and friends, this party is focused. This party is on top of things. We have a political leader who understands what the people want, who understands the pain of the people. We have comrades and friends and members of parliament and the other candidates who ran in the last election who understand what it is when some person can dare you and say they do not have, and you have to dig deep in your pockets and find to help. But a party in government is interested in getting fat and filling their stomachs and flying high on your money. Up and down, flying high, not caring about you. And then you have a prime minister. When the results of the policies of the Democratic Labour Party begin to take effect, and they're not sending home people by 500 and so on, they're sending them home in 5, I understand. 5 this week, and 5 next week, and 5 the week after that. So you're not sure when, if you're in front of you, don't know when you will be in the 5. But a prime minister comes to you and says, insults our intelligence, tells us about the meaning of temporary, tangles up himself, comes back the next week, and says somebody is going to, the people have gone back to work, and so you have said that, you have said to us, what temporary means not, I mean, needed you to say it, but we understood clearly, we also understand that your job as Prime Minister is also temporary. We understand the captain of flow, their jobs are also temporary. Dennis Kelman too, yes, no, his job is also temporary. But one of the things that struck me, and the coming home, because I've been allotted a few minutes, and there will be lots of time to talk. We have a lot of time. We have a lot of time. I read a caption, a story on the back page of the dailies about a week or two ago, where a family in Christchurch was so squalor and the poor conditions that they lived under. And up jumps little Hitler and says they let this down, you know. Not me, the agencies. World Development Commission. So he immediately pushed the blame off of him and said, Calvin, that's what he did. That is what he did. Not me. Calvin World Development, the Minister of Health and so on. President and the Foreign Forces, Marshall. Immediately pushed the blame off of him and placed it on Calvin. I commented on social media and I said, he is just experiencing what the people of St. Lucie have experienced for the past 19 years. Evidence of this can be found down by you in Broomfield.
Yes, man. What do you mean?
In Broomfield. It can be found in First State. Of course, it can be found in Brazil, where persons who are in need have not been looked at by the Minister of Rural Development and Housing, and worst of all, the parliamentary representative for this constituency, only because their names have been submitted or he believes that they associate or they have voted for the Barbados Labour Party. But to go down and have no fort, not far from this shop, and get a 3-bedroom house, and a running family, but people around here are suffering. This is what we have to get rid of in this constituency. These are things that we have to speak about. And I invited the media on June 23rd to go to look at Pickering. I want to invite you now at the Italian in Broomfield, and I want to invite you across First State. I want to show you what is happening in St. Lucie. Nothing being done. Nothing being done. So, was only experiencing what the people of St. Lucie have had to experience for the past 19 years. What bothers me? We live in a small country. We live in a small country. It is not, this is the Barbados Labour Party. And I know some of you would have been annoyed at the party. Come when you were in the cabinet, Dr. Jerome was a part of the cabinet. Deal also. But as I understand it, you never practice that kind of partisan behavior. Because I can tell you of things that were done by the Barbados Labour Party coming out of the World Development Commission in this constituency, where the MP is not me, is not from the Barbados Labour Party, but we saw the needs of the people and we looked after them. We looked after them. The first order of business that the Member of Parliament is seeking to do in his ministry is to an 85-year-old lady from Crab Hill of a plot to give to his favorite club. That is what is happening. To compulsorily acquire land, which a lady worked for 60 odd years to acquire. He wants to take it to give to his favorite club. That is wrong. And people of St. Lucie here this evening, we will fight it. We will use the parliamentary party to help us fight it. We brings it to Parliament at all. We will demonstrate, because I am not nominated and selected here this evening to sit down and keep quiet. We have to let Barbados know what is happening in St. Lucie. And the people of St. Lucie must believe that they have a voice and not the one of the man that represents them now. Because he doesn't speak on your behalf. A few weeks ago after the budget, goes to a forum in the Small Business Association and said we should label the Codina South made in Barbados. In yesterday's edition of the Sun on Saturday on page 10, where you know we have our favorite treat, bananas sauce, and flying fish, and cuckoo. Read the article there, the first one, only two, short man and a pickle. You want the reason for it? A good character is integral to how you are perceived. A young woman is trying desperately to save hers after a vertically challenged political made certain suggestions on social media that could convey the wrong impression. So serious is this young woman that she has even written to the political's longtime party boss detailing what occurred and asking for the matter to be investigated. Otherwise, she will be seeking legal advice on this matter. Coco has learned that when the young woman was involved in the Victor Bega political last year, he advised her to send a curriculum vitae to the short one in the hope of securing a job in one of the statutory corporations. She did that, and the two exchanged texts, Facebook messages, and emails on that matter. However, the job never materialized. That is how it works. That's how a person works. Anyway, a few nights ago, for some unexplained reason, in talking about the short man, the political started responding on his Facebook page to a message this young woman sent him a year ago. Those messages could have given the impression to those viewing the page that it was a recent and ongoing communication. The series of messages were sent between 3:31 p.m. to 11:51 p.m. including a request at 10:39 p.m. for her to meet him at a location in the north. He even sent her his 2 cell phone numbers to get her to call him. And in his last message that night asked if she was sleeping or ignoring him. Young lady never responded. Instead, she wrote to the political's longtime party administrator, told him she expected better from this political, and termed the entire matter a malicious onslaught on my character. So upset is the beautiful young woman by this unwanted attention that she told friends via social media. There are some things I do not view as humorous. I expect a certain level of behavior from anyone who is entrusted to represent others, especially the Member of Parliament for the area in which I reside, along with 98% of my family. Therefore, when an individual posts a discourse which occurred almost a year ago, to give persons the false impression that it was recent and misleading, we try to justify why you sent certain messages 3 days ago. I have a fundamental issue with that. This young woman is adamant about getting justice in this matter. To dispel circulating rumors since the messages were posted that she was moving from one political to another. You judge who the person is. I know who the young lady is. ladies and gentlemen, people of St. Lucie, you have asked me to be your candidate, the candidate of the Barbados Labour Party for the next general election, whenever it is called. I say to you, the campaign team is already in place. The same team that worked in 2013 will continue to work and will be added to whenever that election is called. I want to publicly thank that team at this time, and I want to publicly thank all of you for your unswerving support to this party, for your unswerving support to me as the candidate. I say to you, I will approach this with every bit of energy, enthusiasm, commitment that I have in me and that the Lord gives to me. Shortly we will be launching our program throughout the communities across St. Lucie as we move, as the party rubs shoulders with the various industries and persons in Barbados, so too will I join in that and rubbing shoulders with you, the people of St. Lucie. And I will invite my party to do the same over these constituencies over a period of time. Because we need to hear from you. We need to hear from you, and that's the only way that we are able and we will be able to put policy in place that will be to your betterment and the upliftment of Barbados. I say to you this evening, these words. You just call on my name, and you know wherever I am.